you're wishing you could watch Beetlejuice Beetlejuice for the first time again, we might have the perfect answer for you. We can't erase your memory, but we can give you these 4 great movie recommendations that we bet you'll love. This list is full of comedy, horror, and actors who have won big awards in the years after making these movies, so stick around to find out who they are. But first, one of the greatest comedy horrors ever made. Return of the Living Dead. We're sure you know this movie's name, but we bet most of you haven't seen it. It's crazy how unwatched it is, because it's one of the greatest comedy horrors of all time, and we're going to tell you why. Firstly, there are no limping, brainless corpses here. These zombies can run, fight, and even talk.
Send more cops.
For a comedy, that's a surprisingly terrifying monster to handle. The last thing you need in a zombie apocalypse is to take down a zombie who can still think and feel pain, especially when they're also your boyfriend. But don't let the horrifying monsters put you off watching this. It has pitch-perfect comedy moments the whole way through, including one of the smartest zombie outbreak origin stories in cinema history. It also comes complete with a punk camp aesthetic.
What do you think this is all about? You think this is a fucking costume?
A warehouse full of dead things, and some naked grave dancing. What more could you ask for? Well, maybe the only thing missing is more than one monster. But the next recommendation has you covered. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. This is technically a series, but it had to go on this list for 2 reasons. Firstly, all 6 episodes combined are still under 3 hours long, so you can watch it like a movie. And second, it could be your new favorite series of all time. This cult British horror comedy is still getting a lot of attention, even being screened in sold-out cinemas around the world this year, 20 years after its release. There's a reason it gets so much love. It's the craziest bad horror you've ever seen. The Stephen King parody blends its serious comedic skills perfectly with the so-bad-it's-good horror genre. It's covered in brilliantly terrible practical effects and gore, and makes full use of a young but brilliant cast, including Matt Berry, who just earned an Emmy nomination for his role in What We Do in the Shadows. It's the very definition of must-see. As if the cast of Dark Place didn't have enough comedy legends in it, we've got another one for you in our next recommendation. Fido. You won't find a more unique take on the genre than this. This is a classic tale of a boy and his dog, except for one thing. The dog isn't a dog, it's a zombie. This seriously silly horror is set in a version of 1950s America where the zombie apocalypse has already happened. But they didn't wipe out all the zombies. Instead, they domesticated them using a super scientific collar. Now, a company sells zombies as labor, but it's not a foolproof system. If the collar malfunctions, they turn full zombie again.
We're in trouble, boy.
You've probably guessed what happens next, but we bet you haven't guessed which stand-up legend is hiding behind all the zombie makeup. The man playing the adorable Fido is none other than Billy Connolly. If that's not enough to convince you to watch, we don't know what is. We have more unmissable fun horror movie recs for you. Just click here for some of the greatest camp, so bad they're good movies ever made, and tell us in the comments if you loved any of the recommendations in this video.
I'm gonna make you so happy.